Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, welcome, I'm Lisette. And guys, today the 6th video of the Diamond Painting Roadmap 2025. If this is your first one, please go back to the first video because there have been 5 videos already in this series and tomorrow is the last one. Diamond Painting Roadmap, well, it's the start of the new year, all kinds of plans for the coming year, and this is just a framework on how you can go about your diamond painting journey in 2025. So yesterday we made a plan your year just as an exercise, so you know now realistically which diamond paintings or how many diamond paintings you're going to be working on in 2025. And today we're going to set a budget or a stash limit, and it's only for those of you who want to do that. As said, this is just I'm taking you along in my process and my thoughts, and just pick the things out of this whole roadmap framework that work for you. If you're like, okay, I don't want to have to deal with budgets and I don't care how large my stash grows, this isn't the video for you, just skip ahead. But if you want to know how I set my budget and what my thought process is, this is the video for you. So let's go. So my stash limit for me is always, well, that isn't a problem because I have stated it multiple times already. For me, that's 24 or less. And 24 is based on 2 diamond paintings a month. Is that realistic? It's a bit on the ambitious amount because 2 a month, I usually, well, I haven't done that till date and I've been diamond painting for 4 years. So not very realistic, but I'm almost there because I'm at about 22, 23 a year. So I'm cutting myself some slack, and 24 is including the whips. So what's your stash limit and how can you go about setting a stash limit? What I always say is look at your stash that you're currently at. Look at what you did the last couple of years. So how many diamond paintings did you finish each year? Then look at your stash. Is your stash way, way larger than the amounts that you finish each year? Maybe it's an idea to set yourself a limit for the coming year. So just treat the level that you're currently at a baseline as a baseline. Look at the plan your year that you made and either say to yourself, okay, once I finish a diamond painting, I can get a diamond painting. So one in, one out, so that your stash stays at the same level. Or if you want to work through your stash or make sure that your stash gets smaller instead of growing, for instance, make for yourself the rule that you need to finish 3 diamond paintings and then you get 1 new. So it's 3 out, 1 in, 3 out, 1 in. And make it realistic, guys, because I have heard so many people go on a no-buy, and then once they go off the no-buy, they splurge and maybe buy even more diamond paintings than if they didn't go on the no-buy. Well, I did that in the extreme because I did a detox, so I didn't buy diamond paintings for 28 months, and I finished my entire stash, and then I rebuild my stash. So yes, I splurged as well, and then it's really difficult not to keep going. But my 24 limit, it really works, and it only works if you have accountability. So for me, that's you, my viewers, because I'm like, oh, I need to tell them what my stash is at what number, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to make sure that I stay under 24. I need that outer accountability because yes, even if I look disorganized and with all the road mapping, still I get tempted and I just don't want that. Okay, so that's the stash limit. But now the budget. Because last year I didn't set a budget for myself. And I know that's a privilege because for me, and that's always been the case, crafting hobby, I would never spend money that I need for other things on my craft. So it's an extra. And we all have different ways of spending our money and of earning. We all have our own personal situation. It isn't anybody's business, but just know that when I set a budget, it's not to brag, it's not to show off, it's not to shame anybody else who has larger budgets or does it much bigger or doesn't have that budget. It's just what I'm willing to spend on my hobby. Could I do more? Yes. Do I want to do more? No. It's just about boundaries. Here is how I set my budget for 2025. Okay guys, in order to set the budget, I'm going to go back to the what did I spend that we did on day 3. So in total I spent this, which I rounded up, and I came to about 120 per month. Well, if you would ask me now, okay, what do you spend on a hobby per month? And I would just say something from the top of my head. I would say like about 100 euros per month. I think that's totally reasonable in my situation. But I see here that till date, if I add everything up and divide it by the month that I've been diamond painting, it's already at 120 per month. Okay, maybe it sounds high to you, but please keep in mind that in the 50 months, 28 months of those, I didn't buy anything because I did my stash detox. So because I didn't buy for such a long period of time, the end total isn't even that high, but that comes because I have a lot of months of no buy. So in the end, I think 120 is quite acceptable, but I want to set myself a goal because I have 20 in my stash. So I do have, let's take a look at the state of my stash. So I have a stash of 20 and I actually want to work on my stash. So, okay, it's nice to keep buying, but I need to be realistic. So realistically, I don't need to spend that much, even though I want to. So, okay, what am I going to do as a budget? Well, let me show it like this. So, the budget for 2025. Before 2025, it was like 120 per month. For 2025, my goal is going to be to stay at 100 per month. And it's not like a set number, so it's not like if I spent in January, I would spend 120, that I wouldn't have gotten to my goal. No, it is 100 per month, so 1,200 euros in a year. So that's actually the amount that you should look at because, well, you know how it goes with diamond paintings. We mostly get 2 of them and we'll probably go above 100 in one order. Okay, wiggle room. What's wiggle room? Well, the wiggle room is just, this is the absolute, if I would get to that goal, I would be really proud. But it isn't that strict for me. So if I were to be spending 120 per month like I did the last 50 months, then I would be okay with it. So my wiggle room is 120 per month. And that would come to 1,440 euros. Okay, and then I have the absolute max, so that I really can't go over that number. So that for me is 1500. I like that amount, 1500 per year. That would be 125 per month. Okay, so that way you have some settings. So this is the goal. This is the absolute max, 1500, and this is my wiggle room. So what does that look like? Well, tomorrow in the last video, I'm going to give you some trackers for your logbook. And this is the tracker that I made for the budget. Look, this is a budget tracker that we're going to fill in. I'm going to fill it in the Stash Count Sundays each month. So here I have the months of the year. Here I have the amount, 1200, that is my goal. 1440 is where I have been the last 50 months. So if I come to that zone, it wouldn't worry me too much because that would be in line with what I've already done. So this is the ambitious goal. This is the realistic goal. And this, I just don't want to go above this. And that's the hard limit for me. So my ultimate budget is 1500. I don't want to go over 1500. I don't want to spend more than 1500 on my diamond painting hobby in 2025. So I'm just going to make sure that I don't do that. So this is how I set my budget. So I hope that gives you some ideas how you can go about setting your budgets and your own stash limits. And as I stated 2 days ago, one of my goals is to stay within that budget. So I'm going to keep track of that. And I hope when you set a budget and you set a stash limit, that is, as you write it down, it will be a reminder as well. So we're just going to go check in on those goals and plans and everything we put in the roadmap during the year. Right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you give me a thumbs up on your way out. Let me know in the comments what you think about it, as always, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Bye.